Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Colorado,
the Constitution of the State of Colorado,
and the laws of the State of Colorado.
and the laws of the State of Colorado.
And I will faithfully perform the duties
And I will faithfully perform the duties
of the Office of District Attorney,
of the Office of District Attorney,
8th Judicial District,
8th Judicial District,
upon which I am about to enter,
upon which I am about to enter,
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations, District Attorney McLaughlin. Podium's all yours.
Thank you. Well, thank you everyone for being here. I've spent my whole career as a district attorney, and so I've been sworn in several times in several different counties by different judges. But to be sworn in as the elected DA, as the chief law enforcement officer, it's weighty. And I'm humbled to be here, for sure. If someone would not be humbled in this circumstance, I don't know they'd understand the gravity or the responsibility of the position. So I really am. I'll let folks in on a little secret, which is that this is actually the second time today that Judge Blanco has sworn me in. We had about 35 deputy district attorneys that we needed to get up to courtrooms this morning. So Judge Blanco did us the courtesy of swearing us in earlier as well. And those folks are over across the street hard at work already. But it was nice as well for me personally to hear Judge Blanco's comments twice. I've known Judge Blanco for quite a long time and worked with her for quite a while. And I'm really honored to be sworn in by her this morning and hear her comments about, how important this role in our community pursuing justice is. I stepped up to run for this office on the premise that criminal justice did not have to be at odds with social justice. And as I toured the county this last year, I am more convinced than ever before that we have the strength here in Larimer County to pursue pragmatic reform in the 8th Judicial District and make that a reality. The first priority for a district attorney must always be community safety. But we have an enormous amount of discretion in how we pursue that goal. I look forward to ushering in an era with a thoughtful and pragmatic approach to criminal justice, one where we focus resources on the most serious crimes, one where we offer lower-level offenders opportunities at rehabilitation and behavioral health services, one where we reach out to our community where they are and earn their trust, one where we recognize that systemic bias and injustice exists, and one where we work to create a system of equal justice under the law. This community got behind that mission, and I'm eternally grateful. This was without question a team effort and a community victory, and I'm saddled with a problem here this morning of having far too many people to thank. So I've decided to draw the line at family. So thank you to everyone else, but specifically to family. I'm sorry not to have them here today. I know a lot of them are watching, and it's tough to be up here in this day without family being able to enjoy it. Folks that have most supported me and believed in me throughout my life. So first, thank you to the King family and especially John and Marcia, who no matter how challenging I told them the campaign would be, were 100% convinced I would win. So I'm glad that they proved correct. Thank you to my brother Ben and his wife Whitney for their always positive and encouraging support. If you see me looking over my shoulder this morning, it's because when I graduated law school at CU, my brother said he wasn't going to come and then popped out from a tree at the last minute to surprise me. So even though it's COVID and I know he's not going to fly, I'm sort of on my toes here looking for him this morning, and only used 4 of my 5 guest slots, Ben. So if you're around, you can still pop in. Thank you to my parents, Ann and Ed, who have been such an enormous support for me throughout my life. Their support, their guidance, their encouragement, their belief in me is really hard to describe. I also think they tuned into so many Zooms during the campaign this year, they could probably start a blog on criminal justice in Colorado. So if they're looking for another career, they should consider that. I've learned many of the traits that you would need to do this job well from my parents. From my mom, passion and perseverance. From my dad, reason and restraint. So thank you to them. Luckily, I do get to have my wife, Jess, here with me today. I can't say enough about the faith she had in me when we set sail on this journey that some thought was pretty crazy at the time. Jess is very dedicated to social justice and has been such an incredible partner in life and partner in this campaign and this mission. But she always said her favorite part of the campaign trail was meeting people. And then, of course, COVID struck, and she seemed much less entertained by me sitting at the kitchen table updating my Twitter account than out meeting constituents in this community. So we both look forward to getting back to being able to do that. The campaign was long and it threw a lot of tests our way, Jess, and thank you for sticking by it and sticking by me, and I could not have done this without you. Thank you. Lastly, thank you to my grandparents who are no longer with us, but played a huge role in my commitment to public service, Bev, Helen, and Herb. My grandpa Herb was on my mind a lot this week as we saw the riots attacking our capital. My grandfather was a career State Department Foreign Service official and longtime D.C. resident. He believed fastidiously in service, in country, in the democratic process. So taking office here today, less than a week after the attacks on the Capitol, it has a special meaning for me. You know, when we watched elected officials try to subvert democracy for personal gain, when we saw law and order being used as a term only for one's own supporters, when we saw violence being promoted instead of justice, the importance of living up to the ideals of Grandpa Herb, to the ideals of this office, to the ideals of my family, of my community, of my colleagues, and of my country are more evident, I think, this week than they ever have been for me in the past. The 8th Judicial District is my home. It is an enormous district. It stretches from Long's Peak to the Wyoming border, and it stretches from Horsetooth Rock to Rabbit Ears Pass. It's bigger than Rhode Island and Delaware combined, and our little office is charged with the safety, security, and fair implementation of justice for that whole district. Folks that know me know I'm a backcountry skier and a trail runner, and so I spend some time up on Cameron Pass, which happens to be the dividing line between our two counties. And when you're standing up there, you can look west and look through North Park, and you can look east down into the Poudre Valley and see seemingly forever. And you realize standing up there how lucky we are to be living in such a great place. But it's not the panoramas, it's the people that make the 8th Judicial District, Larimer and Jackson County, the place that it is. And so for everyone that supported me, for everyone that did not support me, I am incredibly proud to serve as your next district attorney. Thank you all so much, and stay safe.